Let's now look at upward communication. Communication from the subordinates to the superior. One very important principle, a very useful principle in upward communication is the principle of management by exception. A number of things happen in the environment, within the company, during the course of functioning of the company. It's not necessary, it's not even possible for the employee to keep the superior informed of every one of these happenings. What he needs to keep him informed about is those happenings which are unexpected, those happenings which are a surprise, were a surprise to him and are a surprise to the company. In one of the earlier sessions, you will recall, we talked about Dabur, and we talked about Dabur's approach in the Dabur's marketing UP, right, in the small towns of UP, where the marketing was largely confined to dealer development. Marketing activity was largely confined to dealer development, right? Now, over the course of a decade, a lot of changes have taken place in rural UP, in small town UP, and we found that when the CEO visited UP again, rural UP, small town UP, after 10 years, he found that there was a significant difference in the behavior of women. There were, for instance, 250 beauty parlors in a small town of UP called Ghaziabad, right? Now, all this was a new development. It didn't happen overnight, right? That is the kind of unexpected event which the subordinate must keep the superior informed. If the subordinate had been doing that over the 10 years of Dabur's existence in UP, then it would not have come as a surprise to Dabur senior management. Right. Then there is a question of giving suggestions. See, after all, it's the person who is closest to the field who is best suited to give suggestions, right? To give opinions. So, upward communication, these are the issues that the employee needs to focus on. Right. We've looked at communication, we've looked at information, which is the backbone of communication. Now, very often we hear the terms data and the term information, right? These terms are often used interchangeably, but really data is quite distinct from information. These are two different kinds of things. Data is raw information, let's say. Data is the raw material, whereas information is processed data. Information is data which has been sifted out, data which has been refined, data which has been packaged in a particular form, right? So this kind of sifted, refined, packaged data is called information. Now, what does the management information system of a company, the MIS, what does the MIS do? The MIS collects data from all available sources, converts the data into information relevant to different managers for planning and control of the activities for which they are responsible. Every word here is critical. Data is converted into information, right? And that information which is passed on to different managers helps them to plan and control the activities for which they are responsible, which means that though the data is the same, the information that springs from that data is different for different people. Let's take the example of a supermarket checkout desk, right? A supermarket checkout desk. Now, all kinds of data about the products that are sold to a particular customer, the price, the unit price of that product, the total price, the total payment that needs to be made by one customer, all that kind of data is available at the checkout desk. Now, the customer, what is the data what is the information that he's interested in? He's interested in the list of all the items that he's bought, the prices, and the cumulative price. That's the information he's interested in. The checkout clerk, he's interested in the money that's collected from the customer, because that is what he's responsible for. The supermarket manager, what is the information he's interested in? From the checkout desk, he's interested in which product lines are selling well. He's interested in what is customer resistance to price increase. He's interested in which stocks need to be replenished. So, the kind of information that's required by these three different people from the same data is different. Data needs to be processed accordingly to give these three different people the three different kinds of information that they require.